True that.
Woo! True that.
D.A.T.
Kaya.
JC.
Yay.
What's up?
Kiara's gonna start the day with some
Weather. Woo! So, I don't know how many degrees it is because I'm very unprofessional, didn't check. But, they say, yeah, they'd agree with me. It's very cold outside. If you were outside earlier on today, you would have seen that we had rain, we had some showers, and we had some sunlight. Back to you, Didi.
That's good weather.
Thank you.
More like bipolar weather.
Oh, yeah.
That's more like bipolar weather.
It was a good weather report, am I right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've got a story for you guys and you guys listening. So there was a moment this week where a man tried to rip a cross from the roof of a church in London, and it was captured on camera. He was repeatedly trying to rip this cross off the roof of the church with his hoodie on the cross.
With his hoodie, he was using the hoodie to bring it down.
Yeah, haven't you seen this story?
I haven't seen this story.
I was watching it live when he was doing it. I was like, what is this
live?
guy on?
We're on the same street.
Yeah,
like.
someone was just filming it. Like,
Let me ask you something. Is the guy still alive?
Probably. Unlike
let's
those
hope.
stories you're talking about last week with the Muslim people killing people.
Bro, it's just that as long as the guy was alive, like
Afterwards.
Yeah, there was no like accidents or anything like that.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Or he just disappeared.
Accidents, yeah.
No, he didn't do it to the Royal Palace or anything.
Or he should have done it to them.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
true.
mean?
But then you definitely have an accident then. Like.
You have a few people help him, do you know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean, he can even play a prank. He should have just played a prank on like the Buckingham Palace, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he should have done something. I don't know
So
what
I'm
his
saying,
problem
ran up a
was.
couple of dildos or something like that.
But why did he
Climb
take?
up on the
Does
top.
anyone know why he tried to do this?
There's no update of why he did it.
Okay, cool.
Literally, there's no update of it at all.
Okay, cool.
He's just vandalising it, and it just makes you think, like, I feel like Christians and religious people need more laws in place for their protection.
I think that's true.
Because that's crazy. We're living in a weird time where people are just attacking.
It just becomes like a point where it becomes what is freedom of speech and what is that's what people try to hide behind. It's like, oh, everyone's entitled to their freedom of speech, but then when does it become unnecessary to have too much freedom of speech? Like,
Did the guy get caught?
We just stopped freedom of speech.
Did the guy get caught slipping? Like, did the guy, like, you know, did the police tell him?
He actually did get in trouble, so I'm like,
Right.
Okay, there you
he
go.
did get in trouble for vandalism.
maybe it was
so.
mental health or
Yeah,
something.
covered.
Maybe he wasn't ill in the head quite right.
Yeah, it's
Or
just a
drugs.
weird. We're living in some weird time.
That's
2020,
actually
people attacking crosses.
That's actually crazy. And what? Let me guess. So the priest came and, you know, blessed him.
Oh my gosh.
It's like hopefully,
Freedom.
it's just forgive, move on. This is like, I don't know why he did it.
Literally.
Oh yeah, I've got another story here. This leads to like two other things. It's crazy. What's it? Brazil has COVID. Its COVID trials continues despite volunteers' death.
Okay. Unlucky for Brazil.
Yeah.
Like, sorry to that person that died.
And
How much were they paid?
oh, I don't know.
I'm trying to find
I
out.
don't know what I said.
I have no
Cash
clue.
in.
Sounds successful, that.
Cash in. Absolutely cash in.
You're gonna go do the trial.
Doing it
Like,
again.
crazy. you went mad. And oh yeah, coronavirus.
Yeah.
What's the deal with the 15-minute rule? So they're gonna do a 15-minute rule. You can only be around someone for 15 minutes. What do you
I
think?
forgot that coronavirus comes out after 16 minutes. Like, that's the most ridiculous thing. They don't know what they're doing at this point. At this point, they're just like, scared. We don't know what to do. Let's make it look like we know what's
What
going
we're
on.
doing.
Yeah. That's what's going on.
So
We're being led by
stupid.
this stupid sheep.
Oh,
Literally.
man.
Off a cliff. They don't know what we're doing.
Oh man. So they said that you could catch it in 15 minutes.
Yeah. And there's a smart sensor.
You're allowed to hang out with people for 15 minutes. What's she's talking about? Is it for the whole day, or is it this like increment? Can you go away for 15 minutes and come back
I don't know,
15
they made
minutes
up
later?
this rule, so
I
I don't know the full deets, but yeah, I just thought it's interesting.
Alright, let me get this straight. Listen, you lot make sure that you got your mask right now, because obviously if it's gonna,
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Alright, because like, you know, like this is gonna be going on for a minute, innit? So I just want to make sure that you lot are protected. And like in the next 10 minutes, you lot get your stopwatch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't wanna, you know what I mean, just
I know.
I don't want to break the
I don't
rules.
wanna,
Yeah.
I've been keeping it so real.
Oh my
Where's this in
Stay away
Barnsley.
from me.
It can't be London. What London is going to listen to this? Why would you do that?
Why are you copying on me?
Yeah, I might as well give it to you lot before you give it to me. Do you know what I mean? I don't have it, by the way.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I swear I got checked. I literally got
By
checked.
Oh my days.
But the actual COVID people, like the people that
Oh,
get
they're
the...
giving it to you for reals now.
Yeah. So, like, you know, they sent me a
He's a spy.
You it.
Oh my days. Yeah,
Informer.
informer. Oh, and what's it to carry on that story?
Can't snitch.
You don't even snitch, you just
No,
making
no,
it
no,
skills.
So what's the day off? I heard it's 2 weeks.
I'm gonna have to scrub in soap.
That's all.
Yeah,
Black
the germs.
Black soap.
Black soap, the African soap.
Mm.
That's good for you. But smart sensors could track your social distancing in the office, so they can put sensors on you, so they can tell like how you're distancing, innit?
Yeah, but they already got sensors on our phones already, so...
Yeah, but they're not telling you to stay away from each other. So
So
it's probably going to give off some sort of alarm, like, alert, you're too close to somebody.
Not unless you got the chip.
Yeah, it's probably going to be chip based, I bet.
Chip based.
Yeah.
No one's putting no chip into me.
Yeah, it's
More
going to
about
give off an
McDonald's.
alarm.
Am I right?
They're going to have to slay me before they...
I'm not even lying, it's going to give off an
Listen.
alarm.
the chip, like, before
I'm
they
not
put me
having
in
no
a
chip
box.
in me.
It's not happening. It can't happen.
So an Israel company thinks it can help using smart sensors mounted on workplace ceilings. So it'll be on the workplace ceilings and it'll sensor where you are in the room and make sure you're distancing.
Where?
That's in Israel.
Yeah, they think it'd be a good idea.
Well, at least it's not here. So
Well, the 15-minute rules is good when you can come here. They're talking some nonsense.
We need to start rioting and protesting way more. The thing is that there's so many issues going on and that's come to light. But we don't know even what to focus on or what to do or what.
I keep it real. We can't just carry on protesting.
That is true. We need to start looting and rioting.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Thailand.
But not the quiet areas. I don't know why we keep going for our own communities. We should be taking this out to communities where it's gonna make a change, where we need change.
So where do we start? I mean, it's all good. It's all
somewhere
it's all
where, if we were to start this, you need somewhere somewhere where it's gonna get a lot of platforms, a lot of people watching. Somewhere where they have to pay attention, Buckingham Palace, whatever. Well, they're gonna bring up the army if you do that, but still, it has to be somewhere. The whole world will talk them, would they not?
With that quite a few times.
And then do you think they're gonna just like listen to free young?
No,
black
but
kids?
people have to keep doing it. So that's why we need to start getting together because.
Well, we're going to get weakened off going together because of all these regulations they're putting in place. It's starting to make people too scared to go around.
They were protesting the face masks yesterday, so. Was it yesterday, a few days ago?
There's only so many protests. Everyone protesting. You get tired of protesting.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's all we can do. And then it's kind of
it's slowly becoming a dictator, Big Brother.
It is Big Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, JC, can you move that mic so we can see your lovely face?
Oh, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm here.
Abracadabra.
Yeah, just cough on the camera. So I'm watching it.
Be aware.
Oh yeah, I got that one more story and then we'll go to Kiaya's stories. Okay. Karen threatens to kill neighbour's child and dog over changed Wi-Fi password. Now this woman looked nuts, outside the window.
Wait, did they change her Wi-Fi or they changed their own Wi-Fi?
They changed her Wi-Fi password, so she was locked out. A video recently posted to TikTok shows a deranged woman standing outside of a house while threatening the child and dog inside. In the video, a woman can be seen standing outside of someone's door and making threats because she can no longer access the Wi-Fi.
How did she know it was them that did it?
Exactly.
She knows it's them meddling kids.
How did she?
I'm dead. But listen, listen, hacking is real, you know. How these kids do it? They need to bust me, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. They don't have to bust me.
She must have part of her box. You know, when you have like the box that comes in, sometimes it has the password and stuff on the outside. So maybe when she put it into the rubbish, and they go, oh, You've got your own password now. Like,
How do you know that? Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, you know what? You're right. You might be right. You know, you might be right.
I didn't know you could do that.
That's actually mad.
They normally print on the front of the box sometimes.
Yeah, that's
like
probably the reason.
stuff.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably the reasons why. You know, when you go into people's houses sometimes, and you see their Wi-Fi and that, you see their Wi-Fi box with it as well.
Yeah.
People don't want to prevent people stealing their Wi-Fi's and that, like the meddling kids.
You
know what I'm saying? So you're right.
Password. Like,
I didn't even know. Can you actually change?
Yeah, you can change password. I don't know how, but you can. But you should be able to. But these kids managed it, and these kids, they must have put some really effed up password.
She couldn't get in, so how would she know? She would not know. Yeah.
That lady probably bursts their ball all the time when it like hits their window.
Yeah. My neighbours used to do that. One neighbours, man.
I had some neighbours that did that as well. They were racist, quite racist.
Oh, God.
British behaviour, man.
Do you know what I'm trying to
Those
say?
are the worst kind of neighbours.
Yeah, they were.
Funny
enough, the person that used to do that to me, like, I'm very cool with his with his son and that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't really want to rate at his neighbour that, but there was big him up. You know who you are and shit. Yeah, you know who you are and that. But his mum and dad's just racist. You know what I'm trying to say? They're just mad racist. They're just really, really old school. But he's a cool guy. You know what I'm saying? But I can't forget the fact that your mum and dad used to burst man's balls and shit like that every time you just used to go over their drive. It was not like he hit their car. Like, you know what I mean? They didn't hit their car. You understand?
Yeah.
But that's just how it goes.
It's how they keep control.
Yeah.
It's like little mini. Get
me?
back this way.
Exactly. But we're living in a different time now where, kids rebel, so...
Yeah, we can throw eggs back at their house.
Exactly. You know what I'm trying to say? You couldn't really tell... You know the ones. We couldn't really tell, like, our mum and dad, our balls been...
Oh, yes, our brand new ball that you just got... What?
Because we get beats, like, you know what I'm trying to say? It ain't even our fault, like, it's just a racist neighbour and that. Like,
That's true.
I bought that ball for £5, like, you're not even caring about the fact that, like, the ball's been burst. You care about the fact that it was the money, like, you know what I mean? Like, spend £5 on the ball.
What about my hopes and dreams? That was all in that ball.
Yeah, you ruined that.
I hope you're watching too.
You ruined that. I could have been a new Cristiano Ronaldo or JJ Kocher and that. You ruined that.
That's why they didn't want that. Do you think that would burn their chest if they were to see their annoying little neighbour kids?
Well, you know what? I'm a star now. I'm a rapper. Yeah, I'm on TV.
There you go.
Exactly.
Now you have to rap about this. So you have to make a song
Go
about
on,
it.
freestyle. Freestyle on the spot.
Cut. Flip on the next story. What's the next story?
Okay, you next.
Cool. Well, I had some really good stories, but people were so upset about okay, then
Society.
Didi was like, these are boring.
Oh yeah, she had one story that's so boring. We're not.
That's the one I'm reading first.
No.
Anyways.
Speak it on the mic.
So obviously, Adele appeared as a host for Saturday Night Live, and she explained why her next album is unfinished. Well, I was thinking, I know that this isn't really important, but. What song, Adele, when you listen to her music, that's what you listen to in the shower, is it not? So what songs do you listen to in the shower? Like, what songs do you scream at the top of your lungs, like your...
JC's Beautiful Feeling.
Yeah, that. That.
What, in the shower?
Not Adele.
Yeah.
I listen to... I would listen to Adele, like, if I'm in a cafe or something, you know what I'm
in
trying
a
to say?
cafe?
Yeah.
Shopping centre
or something like that. Yeah, you know what I mean? When it's all playing in the... Like, just saying, like, get me...
So what do you listen when you have your nice bubble bath?
Barry Manilow.
Swear?
Yeah.
Swear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, I'm joking. I don't actually.
Why are you just going to leave it like that? No, you said it now. The truth comes out.
No, I actually don't.
I like Michael Bublé. Oh, no,
hey, that's my guy, you know.
But I don't. But that's a good bath time song.
Michael Bublé.
You can get the acoustics right in the bathroom as well. You sound like a whole new person when you're in the bathroom singing.
I like Lyndon David Hall, Sexy Cinderella.
Sexy Cinderella. Oh,
it's so cute.
Every time Daniel used to request that song.
I love that.
So students at a University of Portsmouth were seen running and screaming after police caught wind of an illegal party.
Yeah.
Bless them. So this comes after 4 students at Nottingham Trent University were fined $10,000 for hosting a 30-man party.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That party must have been like a
Lit,
wedding.
bruv.
Nah, if that was some dead party.
Where was I at this day?
Inside,
You
yeah.
Netflix and chill.
You weren't invited.
Neither were you guys. I'm out.
But 10,000, oh, I don't know. That had to be a sick party, and to spread it between 4 people. I was just like,
£1.
2,500. 2,500.
None of us are good at maths. Stop embarrassing us.
2,500 each. That must be a lot. I just add that onto the loan, anyways. They're already $9,000 in debt every year. No? Okay, cool.
Next story.
Next story, because we just don't know our maths.
It's embarrassing.
Keep it 100, true.
Did anyone see the Love Island photo of, that guy, Biggs? What's his name? Biggs Chris. It went viral. So his girlfriend, Rebecca Gormley, she posted a picture of him basically in a thong, smiling at the camera, and she said, "Oh, he makes me laugh," and things like that.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
What do you make of this? Because I can't with this guy. I said, at this point, it's just...
Do you know what it is, yeah? You know, like, with, like, you know, these, I don't know, influences, I just feel like they're just corny and fruity and just, like, a waste of time and just washed up individuals that have no sort of, like, you know, I mean, what, they have no,
up stuff.
I mean, what do you do with your life? Like, it's not me hating, I'm not a hater, but, like, what do you stand for? It's not my thing.
Yeah,
you know
that's the thing.
It's
What
not
do you stand
thing.
for? Who was it that gave away that Netflix bit, that huge deal because he wouldn't wear a dress?
Who was it?
Oh, Dave Chappelle. There you go, Dave Chappelle. Yeah. And to stand for what you believe in, like, but this it's just so lame. This picture, like, why? Like, why?
I did see it. I mean, if that's what the brother wants to do, that's what the brother wants to do. I mean, it's not
Is it what he wants to do, or are they just selling out?
And they're making him they're forcing.
It's just a little sign that I'm with those. That I'm in, guys.
But you know
I got
what?
my skirt. I'm in the industry, guys.
I got my skirt.
Yeah, I got my skirt. I'm in.
He's a big man, and he's big enough to make that sort of decision if he wants to.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say? But you, me, and you know what's going on. You know
Exactly.
You know
I ain't
what's
doing
going on.
that.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, you get me?
So bouncer Play Dirty shares that his daughter is battling with sickle cell disease.
Oh yeah.
Do you not think that we need more black people donating, like Asians, BAME people from the BAME bracket? Do you not think that?
I don't know, because I just don't know.
You don't think about donating?
I think we just find out so many things with these like sort of things that it's like, do you want to send your DNA out that much?
True, but there's a lot of people that actually need that blood, like with sickle
And you know
cell.
what I'm scared of? Cloning. What if they clone us?
It's too late. They've already got our DNA.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when you
Well, I don't
go
want to give
doctors,
them
they've
more,
already got
so they
it
make a
all.
really good clone.
A really good one. You watch way too much.
This one has a belly button.
What's on you?
I mean, you watch The Simpsons, Gaia. Oh my days.
What I was thinking is, do we not need more people in the BAME? That's the Black, Asian, and mixed race bracket. We need to donate more because they really need the blood.
I agree. My cousin, 2 of my cousins have got sickle cell.
Oh bless.
Yeah, it's not a good. It's not a good. It's not a good
Them
thing.
pain all the time.
Yeah, it's mad. It's to do with their white blood cells and.
Yeah, it doesn't. Our blood cells are like cups, so we
Yeah.
can carry the oxygen, but there's a flat, so they can't carry it. That's why they need blood to donate, because it gets pumped into their blood, so they've got a better immune system. What else?
Yeah. It helped that basically. I'm not really too good about it, but that's all I know. That's all I know. But yeah, you're on that right track. It is that.
Can't family members?
Yeah, but you need
donate?
someone of the same blood type, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly, and without that,
you can't fix it ever either. It's for life if you've got sickle cell, which is why people need to start looking into if they have the traits, because you can be a carrier of it, and if you get together with someone else that's a carrier of it, then your child will come out with it because they're not a carrier. They actually have it. So.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So, and black people are more likely to
way more likely
to get it. So it's one of those things where it is a serious issue, and I don't feel like people do take that serious because this does lead to death. Do you know what I'm saying?
True.
So I do agree with this. I do agree, and I do feel like some influencers should come together.
A lot more
definitely.
influences, yeah. Like there's no shame in like having it. I don't understand. People should be shouting and screaming about it. Like all of it.
Both
like,
of it, all of it, yeah.
Especially for donating. Like we do need to start donating more. There's people with cancers out there that need blood if they're running low and stuff like that. People that get shot and stabbed, they need blood. Like anything. But we don't really, because we're not really experiencing it, we just close our eyes to it. We're like, oh, well, I had to stand in a queue for this long, I had to be injected with a needle. But really and truly, you'll go to the STD clinic or something, you get.
And I just wanted to touch on that as well. Going to the STD clinic, you see like how people take AIDS and HIV very, very serious. I feel like even though it's not on the same sort of bracket, it's still got to do with blood types and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, without you taking your medicines, your HIV medicines every single day, your immune system ain't able to function properly. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's exactly the same as sickle cell. Yeah. Why can't you put that in the same bracket, in the same sort of bracket? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And really take that upon that, because bearing in mind, people are born with HIV, people are born with AIDS and stuff, but people also contract that from other people as well. When it comes to sickle cell, that is not the case. Like, that is genetics. So
hardwired.
Exactly. So I feel like 100%. I feel like that should definitely be.
I think STDs are more held up at a higher
because everyone gets it. Everyone gets it. So because everyone's getting STDs and stuff like that, people are like, oh, we pay attention to this. If you're not really experiencing something, how can you really empathize if it's so tough? You'll probably read about and go, oh, that's sad, and then change the page.
Just keep it moving, exactly. And why did they actually put sex,
That's what I was going to say, sex as well, because they want everyone to be out there sleeping around. They try to make sure they have a cure for you guys getting STDs. And they don't really put other serious illness at the same level. But
it's not good, man. And I feel like we all have to do better when it comes to these situations. Do you understand
realise what's important and what we should be putting our time into.
Exactly, because when we waste our energy on the wrong things, you can just get yourself into mad situations where your health
led to something bad,
where your health gets deteriorated as well. So this is something we should just be aware of, overall. That's what I'm saying.
Definitely.
We should definitely be aware of that, you know what I mean? So guys, just be aware of it. Just be aware of it. I'm keeping it real, keep a condom on it, you know what I'm trying to say? Keep a condom on it. Don't be out here just spreading some mad, nasty diseases at people, you know what I'm trying to say? And if you do, get it treated, man. Get it treated. Let people know what the situation.
Know who you're sleeping with.
Know who you're sleeping with as well, because you don't know.
Look for the wifey or husband.
I mean, do that if you want to. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I feel like it should, honestly,
people should be more like that.
People should more be like that. You know what I mean? People shouldn't just use sex as some next. But it's, you get me? Because it's spiritual, it's actually spiritual. You know what I'm trying to say? People just out here just passing it around, and you don't know what that person's carrying. So it's one of those things where, spiritual wise, I'm not even just talking sexually wise, you know what I'm saying? So we have to be aware of these things, man, because there are realer things in this world that's really more important than just out here just sleeping around and catching STDs and just spreading it around
Just drink Corona, man. We're all in lockdown. How are people still out here
it's unbelievable. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's crazy. You know what I mean? We've got to do better.
We've got to do better.
Definitely, got to do better.
Oh my days, I've got a story for you guys as well. Christian leaders react to Joe Biden's support for 8-year-olds identifying as transgender. Now he's saying that he thinks that he should change the laws for people who are trans, but then he went on to say that children should transition 8 years old. Do you think this is too young?
What do you mean transition?
Change gender at 8.
Is that what this man's?
Biden.
But wasn't it last?
The chemicals.
But wasn't it last week that he was talking about
changing the laws for trans.
yeah, so
Now
that
it's gone to 8-year-olds. So in the same interview, he was saying this.
Wait, but I don't get it. Ain't this Joe Biden guy
Yeah.
against
No, he's
all of
liberal,
this stuff?
so they're more inclined to be for this stuff. Whereas Donald Trump, he's the one that took all the transgender people out of combat war.
Oh my days! So last week,
been the front lines.
wow. So wait, last week I must have got this incorrect then. So this guy's with all of this stuff. He's with changing
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I just want to apologise to everybody because I got it misconstrued like last week. I thought this guy was like against it.
No, that's why I'm saying why the Obama's supporting this guy and he's
Because
saying
Obama
stuff like
wants.
this. That's why it was like,
People
he
need
must
to
be
put
carrying
emphasis
on
this.
Obama's legacy because Obama done a lot of things for trans but not black people, like LGBT but not black people.
No, what people don't understand with Obama was that he wasn't allowed to. He didn't own the party.
That's what he says.
He didn't.
That's what he
his
says.
party didn't own. He wasn't allowed to make these changes or these laws. He had to. He physically. He was chained with handcuffed. He couldn't do this stuff.
Yeah, that's what
all
they
he
say.
could do is make changes that they would allow. But you have to remember that the country still voted mainly Republican, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you have to follow their rules. But even though you're from a different party, you still have to. Like here, people voted for Conservative, didn't they? So you still have to follow by those rules, even if a Labour person was to be in charge.
So that's the reason why he supposedly didn't help any black people, but he still
did
did
help a lot
wrong.
of black people, especially Obamacare as well.
Okay,
Obamacare helped
forget
a lot
that.
of poor people,
He's still
like-
supporting Biden.
Yeah, well, Biden, I think, is
Both
the
of
less
them.
of two evils from what we can see. We've had Trump for 4 years. I don't think we need to make. He's gonna win. We know this already, but
Him and Michelle or Michael, whichever one you like to call it.
like what Jane Rivers said.
Yeah.
Republicans are predominantly like white, like voters, right?
And yeah.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with the trans thing? 8-year-olds.
I just think it's wrong. I don't think we should be paying our children. I think we should just let children be. We're focusing too much on labeling them. We're focusing too much on over sexualizing them, making them grow up before their time. Like when we were 8, what were we doing? Eating worms in the back garden. But what are kids doing?
Eating worms in the back. What are you doing?
No one else had this kind of childhood. What were you
It's like, what are you in Rugrats? Like, you Phil and Dill.
That's why you're mad and weird now.
It's all worms.
Yeah.
Coming at your ears.
See, kids eat worms, gets you big and strong. Oh my days. Oh yeah, that also leads to signing this petition. It's on the D.A.T fan page. Check it out.
Yeah.
So uphold parental rights to withdraw your children from RSE. So this is sexual education. So this is like trying to enforce like these sort of things like LGBT self-touching classes. If you don't want your child to take part in those sort of classes, you could decide to remove them. So you can sign the petition.
Alright, so what I don't actually, Mr. Joe Biden and the American public, there is a lot of contradictory going on. I feel like, alright, cool, everybody has a say. Netflix is its own company and it's obviously funded by the American corporates. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Especially that cuties thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna literally just touch on that now. So the cuties and everybody's all upset and you know, Joe Biden is out here trying to do what sabotage kids. And it's like, there's a lot of things going on in this whole little...
it's all coming together, isn't it? The dots are coming together.
So it's like who is right, who's wrong? Like, the public is very against this, but there are Republicans voting for Joe Biden. You know what I'm trying to say? There's a lot of like...
When you word it that way as well, there's a lot of Republicans voting for Joe Biden. Oh damn.
So realistically speaking, like, I don't even want to put America there in a hole, but it's just a bit of a...
How did it come down to these two? What happened to Bernie Sanders? Like what?
He just left the running, he left the race.
Why? They must have found some dirt on him, right?
I don't know where he went.
Either that or he just thought, nah, this is long, I'm seeing...
this is weird,
Get the kids.
I'm out. Get out.
Yeah.
If you not get the movie, get out.
But it's mad though, like there's Republicans that are voting for this guy. deep it, there's Republicans that are voting for this guy, and there are Republicans that stayed against this Cuties movie. This is absurd. So, I mean,
it's getting mad. It's all aimed at
do you get where I'm
children
coming
as
from?
well.
Exactly.
To protect
Yeah.
their children.
Yeah.
The majority of the Americans are it's predominantly racist country, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? To all races. So, like, you got to think about it. Like, someone's playing hypocrite. Someone's playing both sides out here, man.
Both of them are, of course they are, but I don't know.
I think so as well.
At this point, I don't think any
man.
of our leaders are. I think they're all corrupted. All our leaders, even in this country, it's a lot more under. They're classier with it, but still, they're not so redneck with it like the Americans.
Yeah.
But it's more psychological if you think of in this country.
Yeah. And they push an illusion that it's like more supported than what it is. These things. So I feel like the media definitely does that. And there's another story. This is crazy. This one kind of goes with the same thing. Okay, so a follow-up from the gay sex being worse than ever in the Vatican, Pope Francis endorses civil union for same-sex couples in shift for church. Now, I don't understand why the Pope thinks he's like God. And I don't understand why like they act like gay LGBT people are accepted by the church, because anyone, we're all sinners, so anyone can be accepted to become a Christian, to repent, be born again, and follow that path. So it's no one's like not allowed to be a Christian. Now the Pope doing this kind of just reminds me of like, you remember Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
When he got caught with an underage child, and then he tried to say,
"I'm gay."
So I'm just like, is this like for an agenda with the Pope? Do you think like, because they have a history of being caught with the underage boys?
The problem with the Pope was, the problem with the church was basically, if you have a job where you're respected by the community, people trust you, people are giving you their kids, you're being left alone with all these little boys. It's the perfect job for a paedophile. So
okay. You were saying like, what do you expect
to these people? So they're not in the church for the church. So this is nothing to do with religion when you think about it. This is more to do with a sick individual that's like, I got access to the kids. It's the perfect job for a paedophile. But the problem with the church is what they did was they tried to cover it up. They tried to play it down, and they tried to not necessarily protect, but they had to protect the church's image because of people talking about these stories till this day. Well, I don't like. I agree that that was wrong and evil, but I don't think the Pope necessarily. Like, this is a new Pope as well. This isn't. Do you get it? Like.
So you don't think he touches kids?
I don't think the Pope does.
I think them being like so pro like that sort of thing. I think they're trying to. It's for an agenda, because at the end of the day, then
the agenda is that no one's going to church anymore. A lot of people have stopped going to church, especially with like Roman Catholic churches. A lot of people have stopped. So I think maybe it is a case of they're trying to open it out more to other people, especially if they see that they're more accepting of homosexuals and stuff like that. I also think that how we interpret the Bible is another thing. Like, we all pick and choose what the Bible verses mean to us. And especially because we've been given this Bible, it's been translated. It's not even the original Bible. It's all been translated. So what can we necessarily believe was behind their motivations as well? Like King James.
King James is supposed to be the a translation of the original.
It's a
Hebrew
translation, but you
text.
can't translate
that's the only one
other
that's like
languages.
really legit out of the
You can't fully translate another language. Something in another language can have meanings. It has more of a meaning, but you can't translate it directly into English. So what can we take away from what's been written in the Bible? We can't take black and white. We can just accept what we kind of believe and what we kind of understand. I don't think God makes mistakes. I think, I'm not going to judge. Like, that's between God and someone else to judge. But
that's
I
what the
wouldn't
Bible
sit here and
teaches
say
anyway. That's why I think it's a bit of a media play, like a scheme, when they're trying to put like LGBT against Christians sort of thing. And it's like, I don't go to no church and see no one hating on no gay people or anything like this. So it's just like, it's just the media's kind of playing this narrative to try and to push for their own agenda, and I think it's leading to paedophilia ultimately.
That's a brash statement. Yes, it can be used because that is a stepping stone.
A lot of people,
but at the same time,
conspiracy
people
are saying that.
Just like we're allowed to make our decisions, we're allowed to choose whether we lie or whether we steal. Why is it for a gay person, if they were to have sex with somebody else, why can't they ask God for? Why would God make them think this type of way? Maybe it is this is a test for them or something. But we don't know.
Yeah, I think we're all figuring it out in life. Like, I think we're all, like I said, we're all sinners. We all have done things. The straight people aren't holy people because they're straight. Like, that doesn't make sense.
I was just literally going to touch on that as well. Like, there's killers that come to church every single day to repent their sins.
Exactly.
There are people who do there's people that do some mad stuff. There's hitmen, people that do mad stuff, rapists. There's mad people that come to church every single day.
Exactly.
To, like, you know, repent or whatever. Ease their conscience.
Yeah.
Like, this has been happening for centuries. Like, gay people been coming to church like before we were born. You get me? Like, they might not be like blasé with it and be like, yeah, I'm gay and I'm a Christian, but they go to church. Do you understand what I'm saying? And when they go home, they do whatever they do when they go home. I don't know. I just feel like what this whole scenario with this, I think you are right. I think they are. I agree with you. I feel like they are trying to push some sort of mad shit, because to be honest with you, like, you can't just throw that under that and be like, yeah, let's get this and do
with
this.
The history that they have as well, like, come on.
People have been doing this stuff, so it's like, why are you trying to, I don't know, like, bring it out all now? Like, yeah, it's cool, you can come through even, you know, I don't know, it's weird. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. And this is why we shouldn't idol worship. Like, it even says in the Bible that God doesn't dwell in buildings built by man. So it's like, it's a spiritual thing. If you just, like, if you feel it, then you will change for God. It doesn't matter who you are. So I feel like we don't need to get the Pope to tell us, like, oh, this is what the Bible says. Like, no, we can read.
I agree.
That's his job.
I actually agree. I remember reading this article. And yeah, the Pope, I don't think everybody should be analysing people, human beings.
Yeah.
The Pope of like the 1500s, 1600s, must have wrote to every single like country, every single country in the Europeans, stating that this is the time to go to Africa and just basically regulate everything. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you?
Really?
Read what is it called? It's the Jim Crow. We'll read the Jim Crow law and that, like, and you can even go back. You shouldn't always believe in shit. Like, this is documented. You can go on Google and that, mate. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say to you? So, like, the Pope, you can't always, you're right, you can't always believe the Pope.
Yeah.
They forced the whole narrative of white Jesus on us. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
That's Caesar Borgia or something.
Exactly. Yeah. With the help of who? The Pope. So at the end of the day, you shouldn't always just go ahead and just, everyone's a sinner. The Pope is out here. The old popes, I can't talk about the new popes today. I don't know if the new pope is doing all of that monkey business and stuff, all of that haram and
all that
devilish stuff like but all I'm saying is it's been documented that these popes have done stuff like that before to little kids, so
I don't really trust it.
But that's what I mean, that in every religion you have things like this. You see when you go to the Islam, you've got the you know, the people that fight for the Quran and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think every religion has bad people, and of course this job is going to attract bad men because they've got access. Precisely, they're protected. They've got access to children really easy.
Yeah.
The parents trust them. Like, it's the perfect job.
And you don't, like, people, the way, like, the media just pushes all these other religions as well, they come across as extremists. Has anyone ever thought about the Pope being extremists? Has anyone thought about what the Pope is doing behind closed doors? Like, what he might be doing behind closed doors, because the Pope is supposed to be, out here showing love to everybody, right?
Yeah.
So, we never
understood that.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Has anyone ever, like, looked at the Pope's history? Like, when we look at all these other religions, there's always extremists and stuff like that. You never see extreme Christians, but where they are extreme Christians, they're extreme Christians living behind you, living near you, living near me. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, does anybody ever go ahead and look at their history and look at what the Pope is doing behind closed doors? They don't.
They're protected, that's why.
Exactly. Like, we never push Christianity as extremists. We never see that on the media.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? So
And imagine if everyone did start to wake up and do something like.
exactly. So what you just said now about this whole pushing this whole, everybody should feel free to come, especially paedophiles or whatever. Well, like at the end of the day, don't you think that's a bit too extreme? Why don't people ever put that in as the extreme? That's a bit extreme, right? But this has been happening. Don't get it twisted. But why?
We've had wars because of religion.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So why are you putting it on the media now? In this 2020, when everything is all going on.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
So many people with
exactly.
like, his buildings built of gold. He could be helping poor people and people in Africa and stuff.
That's one thing.
Well, I don't know why I said that, but you know what I mean. Like different countries.
When he's walking down the road and you've got everyone behind barricades and trying to get him to sign things, that's what I never understood. Is that is kind of, I don't know. Yeah.
It's like the monarchy, pretty much. In disguise.
You better leave us
Next question.
Yes, yeah. Any more stories?
Okay, Daniel Kaluuya. Kaluuya.
Yeah, the actor from
Black Panther and
Get
Black Mirror. Get Out, yeah.
Oh yeah, you are talking about him. Yeah.
So he hints that he's producing a darker take on Barney the movie. How can you make Barney dark and scary though? Is this gonna be
scary.
adults?
Oh my days!
I love this guy.
No, I liked him still, but then as I got older, I thought he was a bit booky. I ain't gonna lie.
He is. When you grow up, you're like,
a bit booky, like, with the kids and that, and you know.
He's a dinosaur. He's not a human being. Come on, guys. It's an
There's a
imaginary.
You take it off as some ET.
I know, but you know what? Like Scooby-Doo taught us that the real monsters are human beings.
That is true.
That's not a real dinosaur. Like, you get me?
That's a
Like it's a teddy bear
dinosaur.
that turns into a purple dinosaur that only the kids can see.
How's he gonna
It's
do
their
dark take on
imagination. I don't know.
Like the Joker or something.
I ain't gonna lie, I'll be looking forward to watching just because he's black and that. You know, I'm trying to say he's figuring it out, holding it down.
He's
for
not gonna
the
be in it.
folks and
He's
that.
just directing.
Or is he just directing?
Yeah. He's now directing. Look at it. Look at this guy's come far.
He has come from.
Yes.
Is he gonna have a lot of black actors in that?
You better, let's put down our info and send it. Let's drop that in his DMs first.
Oh wait,
So we need an actor on here.
yeah, you're sick. That's Bonnie.
Stormzy's stab-proof vest is up for a major design award. How can...
What, he's got a stab-proof vest?
You know when you start walking around with the stab-proof vest, now he's up for a major award design for putting that on because they're like, this is so groundbreaking, wearing a stab-proof. What a way to even more popularize and glamorize this
oh yeah, true, the culture, gang
vicious, yeah.
But,
it's so silly.
But you know what? I don't know. I can't. Hey,
It's the fisherman jackets I don't understand why people wear. You seen those people that wear the fisherman jackets?
That's that professional.
It's like yeah.
That's actually different.
Walking around
It is
with
different. I
It's
guess it's
different.
worked out.
I mean,
He's getting awards for fashion.
I kind of get where you're coming from, you know. I get it. It is kind of, it feels like it's glorifying it, but at the same time, look what's going on right now in the streets. Like,
True.
people are moving mad and tapped, and Stardog's killing my people, man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just killing people and that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people are just smoking next sorts of porch and shit. So it's like, you didn't know what Stardog
No, we
was?
didn't. That's what I was.
We were just playing it cool, like, we know what Stardog.
I mean, Dog Star. Like, you know what I mean? It's just
That sounds
like a beer, like it was really.
It is a bit, and it's killing our people. Yeah, Dog Star is.
I
killing
thought
our
so.
people. Yeah.
I knew that. I knew that already.
I just looked for you.
Thank you.
Alright, should we have a break or?
Yeah, I believe we should.
Okay, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Definitely.
Thank you guys for watching. And True That is out.
We're out.
Bless.
We'll be right back. Pow!
Why are you doing that?